Is Sony intentionally making a bad Spider-Man spin-off with Madame Web? The trailer featuring Dakota Johnson as the clairvoyant character raises questions about the direction of Sony's Spider-Man universe. This universe, as a result of a deal with Marvel, allows Marvel to make Spider-Man movies for Sony and vice versa. However, Sony's Spider-Man films can't include Spider-Man himself. Initially, it seemed like Sony had the short end of the deal, building a cinematic universe around supporting characters without the iconic hero. Films like Venom and Morbius felt like questionable ventures. However, after watching the Madame Web trailer, it appears that the intention might be to create a deliberately bad movie. The plot involves Dakota Johnson's character, Cassandra Webb, gaining clairvoyance and encountering an evil Spider-Man. The dialogue, especially lines like, "He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders just before she died," suggests a level of self-awareness and an attempt at intentional humor. This departure from the serious tone of earlier Spider-Man films, coupled with Sony's previous reactions to criticism and mockery, raises the possibility that Sony is deliberately embracing a campy and intentionally bad approach with Madame Web. This could be a strategic move to generate memes, obscurity, and eventually a cult following. Sony has previously adjusted with Venom, turning its sequel into a parody of the original, and reacting to Morbius's commercial failure by re-releasing it for collective mockery. While it's an unusual strategy, it might be an intentional effort by Sony to create an ironically enjoyable film experience. Scheduled to hit theaters in February 2024, Sony's Madame Web has just dropped its first trailer. This gives us a better understanding of the movie's storyline, the characters it will bring in, both heroes and villains, and the potential impact it might have on Sony Pictures' larger cinematic universe. With this in mind, let's explore how Madame Web could shake up things significantly within Sony's Spider-Man universe. The Sony universe's place in the multiverse. Madame Web presents a chance to establish connections with the broader multiverse, particularly the Spider-Verse portrayed in Sony's animated films. Until now, there hasn't been a direct link between Sony's live-action movies and the Spider-Verse animated films. Madame Web, with her significant role in the original Marvel comics as a crucial figure in multiversal Spider-Man narratives, has the potential to change that. It would be fitting if she played a bridging role in the movies, tying together different aspects of the Spider-Man universe across various dimensions. A justification for any previous Sony universe perplexity. Sony's Spider-Man universe has faced challenges in its live-action films, marked by the absence of Spider-Man himself, timeline complexities, and notably, the unique situation of Michael Keaton's Vulture from the MCU now being part of the Sony universe, as revealed in Morbius's post-credit scene. With Madame Web, there's an opportunity for Sony to address and potentially rectify these continuity issues within its own narrative. There's even a theory circulating about Madame Web being a prequel, shedding light on the absence of Spider-Man in the universe thus far, and suggesting that the movie might offer a way to reshape both past and future events within Sony's Spider-Man continuity. A new take on Uncle Ben after 11 years. It has been more than 10 years since the last appearance of live-action Uncle Ben on screen, portrayed by Martin Sheen in 2012's The Amazing Spider-Man. Reports indicate that in Madame Web, Adam Scott has been cast as a younger version of Ben Parker, Spider-Man's future uncle. Although Scott is briefly seen working alongside Cassandra Webb as a fellow paramedic in the trailer, his character's name is not explicitly mentioned. The inclusion of a younger Uncle Ben offers an intriguing and novel perspective on the character, potentially exploring the origins of the pivotal philosophy about power and responsibility that he later imparts to his nephew. The Web of Life and Destiny. Although the source of Cassandra's powers in the upcoming movie is not yet clear, it seems likely that she will be linked to the Great Web of Life and Destiny, much like in the comics. Initially featured in Across the Spider-Verse, the Great Web is a distinct element of the multiverse that specifically centers around the various spider-themed heroes in every reality. Madame Web has the ability to observe the lives of these heroes. Consequently, the Madame Web movie has the potential to expand on this concept, particularly as Cassandra begins foreseeing the future, bringing her into contact with future Spider-Women through the intricate web of destiny. Set up Kraven. In the comics, both Madam Web and Ezekiel Sims are associated with the concept of totemic avatars within the multiverse, particularly those related to spiders. Spider-Man is just one of many totemic avatars intricately connected across the Great Web. Ezekiel, another avatar, possesses spider powers obtained through a ritual in an ancient temple dedicated to the spider god Anansi, an aspect hinted at in the Madam Web trailer regarding both Cassandra and Ezekiel's on-screen origins. The notion of totems in Sony's Spider-Man universe might also tie into the upcoming Kraven the Hunter movie. Trailers for the film suggest that Kraven, a Spider-Man villain, could become a totemic avatar, specifically of a lion. Madam Web has the potential to establish and delve into the concept of totems, possibly laying the groundwork for the Kraven movie and offering an explanation for the totemic avatar concept in the broader Spider-Man universe. Connect the Sony universe to Avengers Secret Wars. Given the high expectations of fans hoping for the return of heroes like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's versions of Spider-Man in the MCU, Madam Web could potentially lay the groundwork for such a reunion. It might serve as a foundation that starts building towards the idea of these past Spider-Men returning for an Avengers Secret Wars movie. At the very least, Madam Web could establish connections between its new Spider-Women and Madam Web herself to the future Avengers film. This would introduce additional spider-themed heroes to assist Tom Holland's Spider-Man, expanding the multiversal crossover beyond what was seen in Spider-Man No Way Home. Set up a live-action Spider-Verse movie. Madam Web is set to feature the introduction of 4 significant spider heroes in a single movie. Dakota Johnson portrays Cassandra Webb, Sydney Sweeney takes on the role of Julia Carpenter, Isabella Merced embodies Anya Corazon, and Celeste O'Connor plays Mattie Franklin. In a departure from the comics, Tahar Rahim's portrayal of Ezekiel Sims in this Sony movie suggests a villainous role, but there's potential for redemption by the film's conclusion. The inclusion of a substantial number of spider-themed characters in Madam Web opens up possibilities for their future involvement in a Spider-Verse movie. This could manifest as either a new live-action crossover or potentially transitioning to animation with appearances in Beyond the Spider-Verse. Madam Web introduces a diverse array of characters, setting the stage for exciting developments in the Spider-Man cinematic universe. Introduce Marvel's biggest Spider-Verse villains. The Madam Web trailer intriguingly suggests that Ezekiel's touch drains Mattie Franklin's life force, a power more closely associated with Morlun, a vampiric character in the comics known as the Inheritor. Morlun's goal is to drain the life forces of spider totems across the Spider-Verse. In the comics, Ezekiel seeks to protect Spider-Man and other spider totems from Morlun. However, Sony appears to be taking a different approach by potentially making Ezekiel an inheritor himself, or having Sims possessed by the inheritors in the film. This twist in the narrative sets up the inheritors as a potential future threat in Sony's Spider-Man universe, the foundation for the Sinister Six. Sony Pictures has long attempted to develop a Sinister Six movie featuring a team-up of Spider-Man's iconic villains, mirroring the original comics. The post-credit scene in Morbius hinted at a potential collaboration between Vulture and Morbius, signaling Sony's ongoing interest in bringing the Sinister Six to the big screen. This envisioned team-up might also include characters like Tom Hardy's Venom and Aaron Taylor Johnson's Kraven, as hinted in previous developments. In this context, Madam Web could serve as a vehicle to further set the stage for the eventual formation of the Sinister Six in Sony's cinematic universe, providing a strategic continuation of the setup for future storylines. Well, that's it for today. Let me know your take on it in the comment section. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.